All right. Welcome to Gamers Two Cents. Well, we're the gaming bros, not the gaming pros. Here to talk more. Yeah, talk about more gaming BS. Let's start out with
One of these
Lulan.
days you'll get it, sub. One of these days you'll get it.
Yeah, one of
Yeah,
these
right.
days, bam, pow, straight to the moon. Anyways, I didn't talk about this a bit ago, and I forgot to show y'all. Was the Lulan the Cursed Sand?
The
And
trailer for it.
yeah, the announcement. The trailer was released on October 27th. It's an action RPG. It takes place in the western regions of China in the ancient Silk Road. It's inspired by I'm gonna ruin this, Zhao princess. What is that, you say? It was found by archaeologists the it was found out in 2009. 2003. And the story follows a cursed sand, a royal guard resurrected after death, goes on a journey to find the lost princess of Lolan.
You,
Lolan?
you
Yeah.
just like I was watching this. I'm like, stop just likes this because it looks like Prince of Persia. And Prince of
Anyways,
Persia, you
n-
gush over that shit.
but a Zhao princess was actually found, was an actual real archaeology. Archaeo. Anyways, it was
It was a
found by
real
archae.
archaeological find.
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you.
Jesus. Yeah, so it is part of the China Hero Project, and the core of team are veteran gamers that worked in Japan and US. So it includes studios like Santa Monica Studio, famous for God of War, From Software, you know who, and Platinum Games. My reaction to it is awesome. I saw this thing
Those
and
are
I
some
gushed
high
over.
profile.
It is it is the best China Hero project I have seen personally so far. I know Stellar Blade. Oh no, Stellar Blade is not part of it. Sorry. What is it called? Lost Soul Aside. Yeah, I saw that. It wasn't that impressive. When I saw Renshi play it, I was like, yeah, nah, this is not it, Chief. But yeah, not a lot of notable that comes off my head. But this one, oh man, I really liked
It's
it.
got a lot of high profile names attached to it as well, and it does look fun. Like it looks like anyone who likes that Prince of Persia style will like it.
Looks like God
Yeah,
of
I'm
War.
looking.
Looks like those old school Devil
Yeah,
May.
it
It just
looks
looks good.
looks
But
like
go
a
ahead.
combination of a lot of fun games, and it looks like it'll be a good one to get.
I'll get it when it's half off.
Thanks, F.
Why can you not support somebody fully, huh?
Chill. I just bought
He-
Tormented
he-
Souls 2 full price.
Listen, he's not full baked villain. He's half baked villain. He's got a reputation to uphold.
That's right.
No, but for
I'll
real,
get it.
what do you think of how it looks though? Like you played these type of games growing
Honestly,
up. Do you like those?
honestly, I don't. I'm not really a fan of top-down games.
Fuck you,
Um,
man.
I told you that. Uh, like I played when I was a kid. Yeah, I played. What was it called? I think it was called Hunter the Reckoning. That was a cool four-player co-op game. I think there was maybe another game, but that was about it for top-down games. This game, honestly, it looks kind of mediocre just looking at the trailer. It kind of looks like just another. Like, I'm not saying it looks bad, but it doesn't look like anything special, to be honest. But that's just my opinion.
That's the whole point, is to have fun. We've been having too many games that are serious, and too
I
many
didn't say it
Dark
wasn't
Souls,
fun.
too many Dark Soul clones. Why can't we just have a good
I
looking
just
game
said it
that's not a
looks
Dark?
mediocre.
All right.
That's all. This looks average. That's all I have to say.
All right. What's next, sub?
Oh, that's it. No nothing, Carmen. No nothing.
Like I said, I like it. It looks fun. I might get it when it's half off as well.
All right. Anyways, let's continue.
Attaboy, comrade.
All right, so state of play. They had a state of play that took place in Japan, or for Japanese developers. It was focused because there was a lot of people talking in the game community that said they don't support Japanese developers like that anymore. And this is, I think this was actually um, Strategically done because they hear these things. It's not like they don't hear these rumblings, these talks. And it took place on November 11th. I'm not gonna name all the things that stuck out, okay? All the things. I'm just gonna say things that stuck out for me. Monster Hunter Wilds. That stuck out because it put me to bed already immediately when it came up, because they're trying to do updates for content instead of making the game, better, as everybody knows. Fatal Frame 2, never played it. Uh, Actually, wait, should I say these things you guys comment, or you guys are gonna say things that stuck out for y'all?
Both.
I'm trying to find which article we're on.
Anyways,
State of play. It's the one that says state of play.
I'm gonna kill this guy.
My bad.
Anyways, Monster Hunter Wilds. All right, let's talk about it. And then you guys bring up things you that stuck out for y'all as well. It doesn't have to be long, could be short, but anyways, yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds had this stupid update. I don't care. I don't remember. Like I said, I think they should be stop doing updates and start actually fixing the game. What do you guys think?
So
100%.
they haven't been doing anything to optimize it since it released.
No, not
They
really.
really doing. They just been adding more and more features to it. If they keep doing that, it's going to end up like the Helldivers 2, where they're going to have to put an announcement of saying, "Hey, our game is fucking broken. Please wait for content updates while we release a 100 bug fix."
Oh, hold on
Hmm.
now. Don't put them in the same breath. Okay?
Oh,
That game is still
100%. Like,
selling. It's actually still really fun. It's not boring. It's just, anyways, go ahead.
Fatal Frame 2.
No,
remake,
okay,
that
hold
one
on.
I-
Yeah. Fatal Frame 2 remake.
Yeah,
My bad.
that one. That's another one that came up. That's completely. Just ignore what you were talking about, Sam, and just went straight to the next
Yeah,
thing.
you straight ignore what
Fatal
I
Frame
said.
2, Crimson Butterfly remake. Fatal Frame is a good series. I played the originals. I like them. Like I said, I'm excited to check out this remake.
I never played them.
Half you played Fatal Frame, didn't you?
Yes, he has.
Yeah, I
Well,
played
the
Fatal
Switch.
Frame 2 for the PlayStation 2, I think it was.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is the
So
one, the
you excited?
remake.
You excited? This is what the remake is. This Fatal Frame 2 is the remake.
Oh, that's
they
gonna be
announced.
sick.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I know you're excited for that.
Oh yeah.
Like I said,
What?
it's a fun game. It's a different little horror game, but in the same vein and style, kind of as those Resident Evil ones. But it was a good time. It's one of the few horror games that I actually played.
All right. So, Marvel Tokon. They showed off the X stage, and they showed off Spider-Man and Ghost Rider. So that beta is going to take place between December 5th and 7th. I will be checking it
That's
out because I guess if you already been invited to the beta, you can still play, so you don't have to apply. Which they have openings right now you can apply for. Sign up.
honestly, of all the things on here, I was kind of saying like they didn't really announce anything new. It was all things that we kind of knew about already. They didn't. It wasn't like a oh my gosh, I didn't see that coming. It was just
All
more of
right,
a
so what about
we have
all
to do it.
right, but what about Tokon reaction? I'm asking you after that. Tokon. The fighting game doesn't interest you, obviously, correct?
No, but they introduced like they have that like that hub or something like that
I,
now
I'm
where you hang
sleeping.
out with people.
I'm
I was saying
sleeping.
like I know like that's what I'm saying like I don't know why like every single game has like one of these hubs nowadays like where you have to just like what happened to just the standard menu that every game has? Why do you have to be like in this open world area where you have to act like you're not doing anything different. You're just in an open world menu where you have to take longer to get to your menus that you're trying to get to nowadays.
I agree.
Because
Like
that's how
now
Japan
instead of
is.
just going to now, Well, yeah, now it's true. Now instead of just going to the menu, say store, I have to literally find where the hell the store on it is on this open world map and walk to it in my fighting game. I don't. I want to fight someone. I don't want to have to take 5 minutes to travel across a map just to start a match.
Their idea is that if people are able to play as avatars, that they feel more quote unquote immersed in the real life arcade experience. But it hasn't really been working out well for me personally. It's just extra steps, like you said, tedious.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna
So
say, Saab?
let's move on if we got nothing else, because this thing it wasn't that interesting. Anyways, DLC. They announced DLC Pac-Man World 2 Sonic crossover. They announced this Sonic Racing SpongeBob. Everybody knew that. That was leaked. Neat though. And Once Upon a Katamari and GT7. All right, let's get to the more interesting thing. Uh, they're gonna release a Japan only PlayStation 5, and it's gonna release November 21st. It's cheaper than the regular PS5. It's all gonna be restricted, so even if you buy it and ship it over, it can only access the Japanese store. So it's all blocked. I think this is a great idea because the obvious is that the yen is weak. I don't know if people understand how that works. So it's a good move, I think.
Is the PlayStation a weaker version of the PlayStation? Is that what it is? It's like a down.
Oh,
Great
this is the
version.
downgrade. You're right. You're right. You're right. Yes, 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 yes. So the new version used to come with one terabyte. They lowered it to 870 something gigabytes. So yes, it is the new version, which is much lower.
So basically, they're giving Japan a lower version that's cheaper, so that because the yen is weak, they're able to actually afford it.
No, the new version is the new that I think is gonna be is released everywhere, even EU everywhere. I think I have to double check that one. No, but the yen is weak. That's the reason. It's just a cheaper version in general because it can only access Japanese things. It's region locked.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Like I said, a good, nice of them to do that for them if they can't afford it. Like I said, in fact, that's region lock means that no one else can take advantage of it. It's just a nice little thing, a bonus thing that they're doing for their Japanese audience.
Yeah, what do you think? Okay. While you're saying to convert,
Thinking.
it might be 300. The yen, it converts to about 350 to 357. So that's how cheap it is.
I mean, I
Okay,
guess it sounds like good news if it's, if it's to help the consumers in Japan be able to afford things.
I mean, so it's like about $100 cheaper then, basically.
I mean, I would get it if I didn't have a PC and there were games I wanted on a PS5.
Yeah. I mean, if I didn't have a Steam machine,
Man, that Steam machine's about to kick ass.
Anyways, that's later.
Next topic is Steam machine. So
No, hold on. I was looking at Hunter the Reckoning you were saying earlier. Bullshit.
Yeah, it was a
game.
game it was an Xbox game.
It was on freaking GameCube as well, I think. Oh, it was on PlayStation 2. Yeah, it was everywhere.
Damn, give Saab a perfect transition, and he just blows me off.
Right?
Anyways, yeah, sorry, I had to look at it. He was talking about it. Another thing that's the most, I find it interesting, was a PlayStation monitor. It's a 27-inch monitor. It's QHD. Hell if I know what that means. HDR, VRR support, 120 hertz for PS5 and PS5 Pro, up to 240 hertz for compatible PC and Mac products. And it has a cute little built-in charging hook for a DualSense controller, which I look at that and I say, that's the most breakable thing on this monitor. Easy thing. But yeah, what do you think, Conrad?
I thought cool idea. Like I
No
said, I don't.
price. No price, by the way. I'm sorry for
No,
that.
no price yet. That's fine. Like I said, that's understandable. They just sort of testing it, probably just releasing it, probably make a price later. But I mean, like honestly, who plays? Who actually needs a charging port on their computer monitor? Most people play their console with their TVs. Uh, but honestly, it's cool if you use it. If you use it on your PC, that's awesome. That you
It's
have a little charging
cool,
on your
man.
head.
Look at it. Did you see it? It's underneath.
It,
It's ready in front of you to take.
it looks cool. It looks cool as hell, but I guarantee you, it's going to break. It's after the first few times, probably, and it's going to be a cool thing to see telling me, "Hey, look at this! My PlayStation controller is charging underneath my computer." Do you ever play PlayStation games on your computer? No, but look how cool it is.
Yeah, but
And
it's
plus,
for
I don't
PC
like,
too. You can use it for PC. What are you talking
yeah.
about?
But also, I don't like it because it's not curved. I like my monitors curved. It's more immersive that way.
Like his
This is a
women?
flat. Yeah, I like my women curvy, just like my computers.
This is a cash grab. This is just for people who are just have extra money to play around with.
Like I
I don't
said,
see it.
it's a good computer. Like the refresh rate and the like refresh rate and the size is a good size. It's a good computer monitor. It's just like I said, it's just computer monitor with a gimmick that they're gonna upsell probably, and I don't see myself getting it unless you really like are a diehard Sony fan and you only use PlayStation controllers for all of your gaming needs, including all your computer games. Then this will be for you basically. But otherwise, like I said, you could get it for the computer monitor because, like I said, it's a good monitor. It's just I don't think it's going to be worth the price because they're probably going to upsell it because of the charging port on it.
You know they were. They're gonna upsell the shit out of this.
Yeah,
Saab's gonna be the only person to buy some shit like this.
I think so.
I was getting Cheerios. I heard y'all. And I bit my lip a bit. Um, if it's if it has an appropriate price, then yes, I would be interested. I like it because I think they're trying to use. Remember how I told you, Carmen? I don't know if you remember. Even you have. Remember the PlayStation TV? You remember that or no?
Very vaguely.
Yeah, I actually got one of those. Unfortunately, I gave it to the person that I'm no longer in contact with. So, yeah, I was one of the rare ones, I guess, to get it. Um, it's it's PlayStation, and this is nothing new when they do monitors. I think I might be wrong here because there's a lot of products, but PlayStation's trying to use a name to slowly try to push into things. They thought they could use the PlayStation name for the TV, which is specializes for the PlayStation. That was a failure, but that was a nice try actually. There was some neat innovation stuff in that TV. To be honest, the two glasses where you can use co-op, and each person has the glasses on, and you have two full screens instead of split in half. Freaking great idea! Awesome, awesome, awesome. Nobody else did it. Why? Okay. Anyways, but that was just like one little thing I remember. I'm pretty sure there's other things, but I forget right now because that one most stand out. But yeah, this one it's just them using the PlayStation name, and I think. Do you remember, guys, when they announced the wireless speakers, the
I do remember
PC
that.
speakers, and you
That
can yeah.
literally just came
Yeah.
just recently. Yeah.
So you can pair it with that. So they're trying to push into the PC space a bit, you know. So I think it's just a strategy for them. And I don't, we need more competition. We can't just have these other monitors like LG and whoever else. This is good. Why not have competition, right? And if PlayStation can over engineer something to be awesome, looking elegant too, because Sony makes some elegant looking things while the other monitors kind of look like, not as elegant.
I will say, if like I say all the time, is if anyone can do it, Sony can do it because they can. They all of their stuff is built in house because they're not just a gaming uh, company. They are actually making products other than gaming monitors and things like that. So if they break into this market, they're able to make almost all of their own components in house. So it's a lot cheaper for them.
Yeah, they do high
So
quality stuff. It's not like they go cheap, unless it's like a really, really cheap product, which is obvious. But yeah, they
yeah.
put their effort into it, so why not, right? Give them a try.
No,
So
thank you. I'll save my money.
shut your bitch
And
ass up.
stick,
I didn't
stick
say
to
if you
my
wanted to buy it. I just am
and
complimenting it.
stick to my BenQ monitor. That's been kicking ass since
Yeah, that
I can
BenQ,
remember.
what those speakers are trash. Yo,
Right. That's all right. Bet you it's a better deal for what that shit's gonna cost. That PlayStation
I bet
monitor.
you this one will last longer than that BenQ because Sony knows how to make products. Remember,
I
they've been
bet you
around
it.
since like World War II, right? So I don't know about BenQ, bro, but
All right.
30
Well, I've had
years.
my BenQ monitor since 2000 and I'd say 16 or 15 now, so still going strong.
PlayStation has been around for 31 years, sub.
no, Sony. I said Sony. But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, and I agree it's gonna be probably a high price, which is
Yeah,
gonna
that's why
piss me off.
this shit just
But
like
it's worth it because I can tell by all the shit it has. It has 2.1 HDMI ports that cost a lot of money. This
does
is
it
a
have
lot of
OLED?
stuff. No, OLED will
This
make it
one
cost
isn't
more.
OLED. This one's
OLED would make
QHD.
it cost way more. I would believe because you can't make cheap OLEDs. If you ever see a cheap OLED, people out there, if you see a cheap OLED, it is not a good OLED. Real OLEDs cost a shit ton of money because you're paying for the price of it, which comes through. You're just
Well,
getting
you're
robbed.
already a ton of money for this monitor. They might as well throw the OLED on there since they're going for high quality. But
So
that's just how I see
no
it.
one's gonna buy a $3,000 monitor half if they add a OLED to it.
The OLED's really gonna bring it up by that much.
I'm just fucking with you. I
Real
don't think it
OLEDs,
will.
yeah, real
But
OLEDs are good, bro. They're the best of the best.
How much do you see this costing? Like you guys, just rough estimate. What do you guys think? Come on, let's hear some numbers.
600 to 800.
I'm thinking somewhere around the 800. Yeah,
I was gonna say yeah, 700 or 800.
yeah. I mean, like a Samsung monitor with the around the same price, like around the same area, same stuff, cost around that a little less around there. So I can imagine that with their little gimmick, they're gonna upcharge it to about $700-800. But I'd be happy if they pleasantly surprise me.
Yeah, but if you probably research all the stuff they put in this with other companies, it will stick out. Like if you start doing the research, it will stick out because Sony has to do the research. So it might not look good to us right now, but if we start researching it with other shit, yeah, it's actually gonna be more favorable. That's just how it works. But anyways, let's move on. Too long on this damn monitor. Let's move on to the Conrad topics because I want to take a break from talking. Go ahead,
Well,
Conrad.
you forgot about
What?
talking about 5 years of play, the evolution of
That's
PlayStation
later,
5.
man. Damn. Let's take a break from PlayStation. We've been talking about them like 3 topics in a row.
I mean, we have an organizational system, but sure, let's talk about some topics that I have. If no one saw, the Pokemon Pokepia games they were announced a little bit, and they are the first games that broke tradition in a sense, and where the entire game, even the physical disc, even the physical copy, the entire game is on a game key card. So even if you go to the store and buy a physical copy, you're not actually getting the physical copy of game. You're not even getting like a cartridge with part of the game on it. You're getting a game key card, the physical game. And this comes after a while ago. They actually said this was back in May. Nintendo said, "We currently," this is the quote is, "currently have no plans of using game key cards for Nintendo developed titles. Back in May, they said that. And then now, just a little bit later in November, they're like, remember what we said back in May? Well, here's a Pokemon title, one of our main property titles on a game key card.
Yeah, that's.
So
I never heard of Pokemon Pokepia before.
it's one of their new titles. It's basically like a crafting sort of game. It looks like a farming simulator sort of thing.
Huh. But yeah.
Basically, the thing that is annoying is like they launched Pokemon ZA, and that was completely on the cartridge. So, and the it's not a large game. Like if you look at the story, like how big this game is, it's not like it's too big for the cartridge. It can all fit on the cartridge. They're just actively choosing to put it on the key card for some reason, and that bothers me. The fact that like you, at least Pokemon, you have the option to get it digital or fully cartridge, but this one is just like, hey, if you get a physical disc or a physical copy, it's still on the game key card. And
can you imagine taking all that time out to go to the store, thinking you're gonna get it physical, only to go home and it's a fucking game key card?
I'd be pissed. What the hell is the point of getting a like physical copy? It's not physical at all. I have a physical piece of paper now. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, basically, like, holy shit, that is crazy. What if other fucking companies start following suit with that?
I hope not. You have any opinion on this, Saab? You have anything to chime in on this?
I told Carmen, I say I can see why they did it because this game, it's gonna be a consistently updated game. There's no way it's gonna fit on one cartridge. So this is that type of game. Is just gonna be a ever evolving or adding game.
Yeah, that's the thing that bothers
It's
me.
not
Is like I
a
said,
single thing. It's not a single thing. This is just gonna be updated.
I get that. I get that. It's just like I said, if they're doing it for their mainline titles like Pokemon, then what's to stop them from keeping on doing it for their mainline titles if this sells? That's the thing that bothers me, is that they just literally a couple months later going completely back on their word and just literally just this won't, if this sells well, it's not, they're just going to keep doing it basically, and then there'll be no physical games from Nintendo, period. And I think that's where they've been trying to get to for a while. They're just trying to get rid of their cartridges completely and going digital only.
Yeah, I hope other gaming companies don't see this and start following suit, because this will basically start spelling out the death of physicals. But we'll see what happens. I'm not gonna doom and gloom, but this isn't really good news. To go to the store and expect a physical only to get a key card, no, that is not cool.
Shut your ass up. You don't even buy physical games anyways, bro.
I do. You just don't think I do, but I do. You should see my catalog someday.
All right. I can move on to another topic that I found that was that also infuriated me, is about Diablo 4. The new Diablo game that everyone loves so much also came up in the news recently because of its feedback survey. Now, this is not new. I think it's actually a good thing. Normally, these surveys, it's right in game, basically, right above the start game. They have a little thing where it says, "Hey, let us know what you think," and basically influence Diablo's development process. And developers basically just give you like questions and like say, "Hey, what did you think about this part of the gameplay? What did you think about this boss? What could we do better next time?" And I think that's like good. It's like it's like you're giving them a feedback on what you thought about certain aspects of new things that they do. That's nice. But the new survey that is going around is basically, it's once again, you have a link in game where you click on it, and what it brings you to is a 30-minute survey where it's not even by Blizzard, it's by YouGov, and it's YouGov is basically a marketing and data analytics firm, and basically in this survey, it asks you a whole bunch of stuff like, what are the top 3 charitable causes that you're interested in sponsoring? What are the types of what is your daily, like, what does your yearly income look like? Where, like, it's asking you all this like very precise, like, personal information, not at all, nothing at all related to Diablo. It's just literally prying into your personal life.
That's so random.
I know, and it's like, and they were saying it's like a 30-minute survey where it says directly influence Diablo 4's development process. Now tell me about your yearly average income. Tell me about your marital status. Tell me about what kind of social media you go on. Hey,
Holy
hey,
shit.
what kind of charities do you like to support? And it's just like 45 minutes of that, and everyone's like, what the hell is this? Like, why are you harvesting our data like to this? Like, what? This is like,
Yeah, seriously, that's fucking weird. This is like a psyop or something? What the fuck is going on?
honestly, yeah. Like,
Holy shit. Yeah, that is
so I was
weird.
just reading that. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, Diablo? What the hell is going on, Blizzard?
Holy snap. Yeah, that definitely makes me raise eyebrows. Like,
Yeah.
what? Saab, you have anything to say? Did Saab fall asleep?
What?
Stops eating his Cheerios.
Yeah,
Eating
me
his
and my
Cheerios.
Cheerios, man,
He didn't
damn.
hear anything about what I just said. He was too busy chewing.
He's talking about how Microsoft allowed some survey to fucking ask questions because of reasons.
I mean, Blizzard, Diablo, Microsoft, close enough. Half right, close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough. Yeah.
Yeah, close enough, I guess.
It's Microsoft because not even Blizzard did they ever do that during their time with Activision and all that?
Yeah, they do it all the time.
It's normal.
The feedback survey is normal.
No,
It's
I'm
just
talking
like
about
this
that
new
version.
one. Oh yeah, that's the first. So this is the first
That's
time
a
they ever did
Microsoft move.
this, and
That's gotta be a Microsoft move. We need
guessing
data.
so.
We're hungry for data. We need money.
But it's just weird. It's just like it blindsided everyone, because there's a bunch of players that are like, yeah, I always do the survey because I want them to improve the game, and then I got surprised because I was asking me about my marital status and my household income. I'm like, I'd be like blindsided by that too.
Yeah, that's weird.
But yeah, probably you're right. Sub is probably just Microsoft and Activision forcing them to get them analytical data about their player base. All right, that's all I got for my topics. We can move on to whatever topics.
Wait, that was it?
Yeah, those my
Arc
what do you mean
Raiders,
that was it?
Arc Raiders, fool.
You have other Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders, if anyone's heard, sold 4 million copies worldwide and is reaching 700,000 as its peak player count, which is honestly for any game, that's impressive. That's good numbers.
Oh yeah.
And it's only been officially out like for just 2 weeks. So a new stat came out actually about that, and it's saying that let me see, was the exact number 57.7% of the PC player base has never killed a single person in that game. It's a PvP game, and it says that 57% of the PC player base has never even shot a single person or killed a single person in that game, which is good because, like I said, it's a PvP extraction shooter, which means that's basically saying that that's very cooperative. Like a lot of people are using that proximity chat and are literally like actually cooperating instead of trying to just murder each other in that game.
Yeah, because they're all starting out right now, so everybody's trying to get their weapons and shit. Once everybody gets their good shit, it's gonna be a bloodbath. That's my take.
It's kind of funny. What does it say? There's an achievement in Steam where you have to uh, players have to at least complete the tutorial and deal 1,000 damage that's the tutorial. But after that, there's literally a achievements to kill 10 raiders, basically.
Huh.
Knock out 10 raiders, and that's the one that basically 57% of people don't have the achievement to get 10 people knocked out.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was a fun stat to know that, like, that's a lot of these PvP extraction shooters, people don't cooperate very often. So it's nice to know that actually the opposite is happening in this one. And
Man, I get ready to shoot him if I was in that game. I don't care what that shit says, yo. That man playing scared, that's why.
I say if we all play together, first we find people, work with them to take down a super boss or whatever, because I heard there's super bosses in that game, and then we turn on the people and kill them, take their loot, and then we bounce.
See, you guys are the opposite of these 57% of players. You're like, let all of them do all the hard work, and I'll just come in and take the rewards.
Yep, gotta work smarter, not
This is
harder.
correct. A third party, always.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Stop. You got anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Yeah.
I
Like I
mean,
said, it's just the whole the fact that it's just a huge player base and they're doing well. Like Arc Raiders is a good game. You should get more recognition. It's a fun game.
One day when I get free, even though I have free time now, in between Black Friday sale to now, yeah.
I'll get it when it's half off.
Shut your bitch ass up.
No.
All right. What's next, Sub?
All right, Comrade, blew his load early, but yeah, the PlayStation 5, it is 5 years old. Funny enough, it released in 2020 of November. Time flies. That's all I can say. Holy, just looking at this.
One of the worst years to release a console.
Well, due to the whole COVID thing, the vid thing, yeah. One of the notable things that they had added was screen share, which I never got to use on the PlayStation 5 as of yet. You have to be in a PlayStation 5 party and then you can screen share. And then I guess you could look at it. If you're in a party on the PlayStation app, you can also view the game from there as well, which is pretty neat. I didn't know you could do that. That's another thing. The PlayStation said that the top shared titles is Fortnite, Roblox, COD, Modern Warfare 2 Remake, and GTA 5. Well, big whoop there on that one. That's the most standard of standard. What else did they add in within those 5 years? The Discord voice chat, that was awesome. Which I remember when they first announced that, I made a face because I know Sony has some stock in Discord, and they have more than Microsoft. And somehow Microsoft got Discord first for a good while before PlayStation or Sony. And I'm like, Sony has way more shares than. What do you guys like? Do an under the table deal or something? Like what the hell? So yeah, Comrade, what are you gonna say?
Keep going. You're good.
What else they did? They sold over 84 million units, easily handing Xbox a butt whooping. What else? That's pretty much it that I want to talk about. That right? Hold up, because I have Comrade's topics up.
PlayStation Portal remote play.
Hold on.
50% of all PS5 remote PlayStations.
No, that's just saying over the year. I don't care about that stuff, man. That's way too much shit to go through.
My favorite stat is towards the bottom. Basically, my favorite stat is towards the bottom.
Go
you're
ahead.
saying.
That's the one
Uh,
I'm looking at.
More than 7,500 PS5 games were published by 4,000 creators around the world. That's impressive. And then it says, kind of to relate what you were talking about, the share play is by playtime, the top 3 most played multiplayer games on the PS5 were, this is a huge surprise to absolutely nobody, Fortnite, Grand Theft Auto, Modern Warfare 2. No surprise to anyone that the most shared games were also the most played games on multiplayer. One thing that did surprise me a little bit is the top 3 most played PS5 single player games was number 1 was Assassin's Creed Valhalla, then God of War, Ragnarok, and then Hogwarts Legacy. Did surprise me a little bit. I'm surprised. I didn't think that many people played Valhalla.
That's
But
because that game
apparently it was-
forces you to play for so long, so they're forced.
Honestly, that is true. That game is very bloated with absolute garbage. So I'm not surprised that that's most played now that you mentioned that.
So bloated
Rag-
that the Assassin's Creed fan here, Comrade, I don't even think he finished it yet. And he finished basically all of them, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
I have finished all of them except for Mirage and
Oh,
technically,
Yeah. Mirage is short. I'm pretty sure you'll beat that easily. But yeah, Shot.
Valhalla, I
Valhalla?
ended up forcing myself through it, but it's one of the few that I don't have 100% on because I just finished the game. I'm like, I can't go back to it right now. I just need a break. Let's see. The next stat in here: a combined 40 billion trophies on PS5 in 5 years.
Half
and
don't care about that.
110
Half
and 110 million platinums.
half don't care about that. He don't care about his trophies. I care about my trophies. You do too. You care so much that you got banned on the most popular PlayStation trophy website.
Yeah, they did. They banned me, and I don't know why. I got achievements, I got trophies, and all of a sudden I go there and says, "Hey, you got too many trophies, or there's a discrepancy in your trophies. Get the f off our site." Like, why?
Sound like you cheating, comrade.
Apparently, I'm cheating by getting too many achievements and trophies at one time. I'm too good. I'm too good of a trophy hunter that I got banned from the trophy hunting website.
It's getting too powerful.
Yeah, those are the cool stats that I found. I don't know if Saab has any other stats that he found that he liked, but those are my favorite stats out of it.
All right, so fuck. Um, what I really remember, not okay, but what I really remember is when it was hard for anybody to get PlayStation for 2 years, the PlayStation 5. That was the one biggest thing that I remember out of the PS5 that will never leave my memory. How everybody was talking about it, other people I knew, hard to get. I got one through invitation. No, I don't. I forgot how I got mine. I got it in 2021, so a year after. I forgot right now. I was looking through my stuff while I was trying to remember, and it shows I ordered in 2021. Then I got one from my sister through the invitation for 2022. But yeah, wait. Comrade got. He was the one who got it actually too, right? Comrade, you were the first one that I knew.
No, I got mine.
Or
I got
did you-
mine in 22.
Wait,
I
you
got
got
mine
yours?
after you.
Wait,
I got mine after you. I got it in the second invitation.
that must be somebody else then I thought about.
But honestly, if you think about it, you're right. Like these stats that it's saying, like in the billions and all these incredible numbers. It's like I said, this is also coming from a lot of people couldn't get it for the first like 2 years. So they're saying this is what happened within 5 years of release. Technically, this didn't happen within 5 years. There's more like 3, maybe 4 years that this all happened in because, like I said, the first couple of years you couldn't get the console. So it's technically even more impressive if you think about it that way.
Yeah, half doesn't have one. So
Nope. I still got my nice little War Machine PS4.
So what else?
It's
What?
trucking along.
Yeah. What else? I personally I got PSVR 2. That was last year. It's neat. I like it. I don't haven't put too much time into it because the space. But when I get on the games, they are very enjoyable. I also got a PS5 Pro this year. Half, shut the hell up. Um, yeah,
He knew.
I knew but I like PlayStation. I ain't a shill for them. I just like them. I think they do a good job. They gained my trust over the years. So, sue me. Everybody's got a company they like because they gain their trust. What else? PS5 games I have enjoyed. And I think Spider-Man Miles Morales was one of my first ones, along with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Sorry, God. Anyways, Spider-Man Miles Morales and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is the first two early games I got for PlayStation 5. But they are also on the list that PS5 games I've enjoyed that are exclusive to PlayStation in general. I could just say that. God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man 2, Ghost of Yote or Yotai. I hear people say two ways. But yeah, Comrade, what about you?
My favorite games on there.
Enjoyable, whatever.
I mean, like I said, Yote, Ghost of Yote, was fun. Like you said, Ratchet and Clank. I like Ratchet and Clank a lot. I played a lot of the old Ratchet and Clank games, so I was excited when Rift Apart came along. Um, I'll be real with you. I didn't play that many PlayStation 5 exclusive games, to be honest. I have a lot of games that I played were on multiple things other than just PlayStation. So,
That's okay.
but like I said, it was a lot. It was a great console. Like I said, it did its job, and in 5 years is a long time.
I okay. I got a look back at this. I think the PlayStation 5 is a great console. It really is. I think it was hindered by the vid. That's one thing. So PlayStation 4 was still in there due to that. That's one big reason. It was just hard. And because of Jim Ryan and this move to getting multiplayer games. I think that was it. And I don't fully blame him because he was just I told Comrade this a long time ago. I think whatever happened, whatever we're not privy to, he was the CEO at the time of PlayStation and he was leading the way. So he has to take the brunt of this and he could have made a decision or did make the decision, but I think it was just his reaction to the world of younger people playing multiplayer games, but also because Microsoft, if you really technically look at it, they have some of the biggest multiplayer games once they acquired what's it called, Activision Blizzard. If you really look back at it, I know most people like to say things, but if you look at it as a business person, they got Overwatch, they got World of Warcraft, they got what else they got, Comrade? Call of Duty series. Call of Duty
Yeah.
series. Like these are big games that dominate their field or at least are huge. Like if you look at it, yeah, you're gonna need some firepower. Like it makes business sense. Like why would I wanna not get into that field, you know? But I think that's also a big hinder. But I still think the vid was a big factor because nobody really it was hard to acquire one. So yeah, I think it's a great console. I still think it's weak. I If I was to rank it, I think it'll be under the place. I think all PlayStations are great. I think it's the weakest one in releases and just everything. Cuz the PlayStation 1, I give it a pass because it was the first of its kind trying to get into the market. So they didn't have first party. They had to buy exclusives, work hard, which is normal. but that's given to the first console. But for the fifth console, yeah, I ain't gonna give you that pass. Your ass better work. But that doesn't mean it's a bad console. I think it's a great console. I still think it has potential. But I will rank it on the bottom of all time releases. Even I still think the PlayStation 3 is a great console, even though it's laggy as hell and shit. Um, but yeah, that's my personal look at it. What about you, Conrad?
Yeah, no, I think you nailed it on the head right there. You're right. Like, uh, over the years, once you like you said, PlayStation itself has been 30 years, 32 now, I think. 30th anniversary was what, a couple of years ago. Like they had a long time to get this right, and like I said, the first console, 100%. Like you said, they're just breaking into the market. It's understandable, but by this point, like PlayStation has its own exclusives. It's has its own gaming division. It's making quality stuff uh, that their competitors aren't really doing at nearly as much. I mean, Nintendo is Nintendo. It has its own stuff all the time and doesn't really do much other stuff other than its own. But when you compare it to, like you said, Xbox did not have many exclusives, and PlayStation does. Like PlayStation puts a lot of time and money into um, their exclusives, and they release quality games because of that. So and they're able to do that now because they're established. So yeah, I agree with you, Saab. That's what I got for you.
What about we ask Have you're not quick to move to get the PlayStation 5. Why is that? Fuck you.
Half died. He fell asleep during your massive paragraph that you decided to write about why you love the PlayStation and why you were gushing at it right now.
Shut the hell up. I ain't
He
no
fell asleep.
gusher. He did?
Apparently, this sounds like it. He fell asleep. He got bored of listening to you talk about how much you love PlayStation and how much you hate everything other than PlayStation, and how you're going to buy the Sony television because you're the greatest, because Sony is the greatest company in the world, according to Saab. That's what I think. That's what definitely what happened. Hey, Half, you woke up. You woke up, Half.
I did.
Yeah, like I was saying,
Wake your ass up, bitch!
You fell asleep during Saab's eulogy to how great Sony is.
Yeah, he was going on forever about that shit.
Alright, I was asking you, why the fuck haven't you bought a PS5 yet? What hasn't pushed you towards or pulled you?
Not enough games on there I want.
Like what?
Like games I want.
So honestly, that's a good.
It's not enough games for me that I want for me to justify buying a PS5.
Honestly, it's a great reason. Honestly, that's a perfectly good reason.
Alright, so a funny moment there. Hap, are you there?
Now I am. I fell asleep.
Bro, wake the fuck up. Stop laying down.
Oh, you was boring me with that long ass speech to the PlayStation 5 and how good. I'm like, oh my god, yo.
Shut your bitch ass up. Anyways, the next big thing is the Steam. It released the VR, the controller, and the system. Does this make waves? Yes, because they're returning back to the freaking market with a box. Because they tried about 10 plus years ago and it was a crash and burn failure. Yeah, I'm not talking about too much about the stats. I just think this is awesome. Comrade. Oh, Hap. Let's go to Hap because this bitch ass fell asleep. Hap, what do you think?
That sounds awesome.
All right, shut your ass up and say more things.
More things.
But
I'm not really into VR, but again, I will try the VR and see.
Yeah, cause he
Um,
wants to goon with the VR.
yep. Look at some VR goodness. Um, and I don't know, like how I said about the controllers, visually they don't look that good. Maybe they are comfortable, but like just off first glance, they don't look comfortable. I still gotta try it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the new Steam product and the gear. Very
I'll
happy.
I'll
What
say,
about
yeah,
what?
like
Did, hold on, hold on, hold on. What did you say about the Steam machine? How well do you think it will do?
Um, I think it'll do so well that it's gonna give Sony a hard time with PlayStation.
So PlayStation 5 and 6 is what you're saying?
With PlayStation 6. I think it'll put Sony on their heels if it has the potential to do that. That's what I believe.
All right, Comrade, go ahead.
yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree with that. I think this does have potential to put Sony on its heels. Like I said, it all really depends on when, and I guess closer to 2026, they're going to actually release what the price is, and if you're able to like bundle these things. Like if you don't get a controller with the Steam machine, obviously people are gonna be like, "The what the hell, Valve?"
The
In
controller
terms
is
of the
not going to be with
controller,
it. There's no way the controller is going to be bundled with it. No way.
that'd be stupid if they don't do that. Like they have to do something like that. It's a console sub. If you
Right.
don't put a controller with a console, the view would be like, "What the fuck?"
That's because
Like,
everybody can use a PS5, Xbox controller. That's why. Everybody has different controls they can just insert in the thing.
yes, but the entire point of the Steam machine is that it's not just a console; it's also a computer. You have to have the Steam controller because for Steam games on console, because the Steam controller, those trackpads are like mice. Like you have to have a mouse for like 90% of Steam games because they're built for computers. If they don't bundle the controller with the Steam machine, this is gonna flop 100%. Like 100% gonna flop if they don't include it because then you'd have to buy it separately, and nobody's gonna have that foresight until they buy the Steam machine and be like, "What the fuck is this shit? Like, why can't I play half my Steam games with this PlayStation controller?" Because there's no PlayStation controller support for a lot of Steam games. Like, there are Steam games that don't have controller support, but they will support the Steam controller because the Steam controller is also a mouse sort of thing. So that if they don't bundle it with the controller, they're throwing 100%. Like that's just flat out. It's going to flop. Um, the in terms of the Steam frame, I'm interested in it. Like I said, I like it. It looks like a dice. It looks like a good frame. It's small, compact, and I also like the fact that once again it's a standalone, basically Steam OS. So even if you don't have it plugged into anything, you can still run. You can turn it on and just play a Steam game that you have downloaded onto it, which I like. Uh, Meaning like you don't have to have anything connected to it. You could just literally play play Steam games on VR in the airport or on an airplane or something if you wanted to, which is fun. Like I think that's good. Um, Steam Deck, obviously, Steam Deck is the Steam Deck. No one is surprised, but the Steam Deck, they're not going to upgrade it for a while. I think they literally said that they have no plans to do it until the hardware actually improves considerably. So they're not going to upgrade the Steam Deck for a while, or the Steam Deck for a long time. But I like this. Like I said, I think this is a good move for Steam. And like I said, I'm more worried about the price. I heard some people saying that the Steam machine is a weird name. Like I said, they don't like it doesn't flow off the tongue. Like Steam machine isn't as does it flow off the tongue. That's but other than that, like I said, it's just more of it. My biggest gripe is uh, that I want to know the price, and there better be bundles. Otherwise, Steam is literally just gonna flop its own Steam machine console computer thing. Back to
If
you,
I didn't
Sub.
already have a gaming PC, I would definitely have my eye on the Steam machine.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Because it's just it's so versatile, I feel like. Just
You have
being
so
able to
many
have like
games too.
well,
Like the
yeah, plus like you said, it's open source. So it's meaning you can, like Saab was saying, you can play PlayStation games on it. You can play Windows games on it. You can play maybe not 100% legally, but you could play Nintendo games on it.
right.
But like all the other companies should be probably saw this and probably said, "Oh fuck!" like, and
I'm saying.
assuming, like I said, assuming that Steam doesn't like Valve doesn't fudge up the launch of this by making the price absurdly high or doesn't bundle it properly, this will probably do good, and it's honestly going to fill the void that Xbox is kind of leaving right now with it while it's falling behind. This is perfect timing. Steam's just kind of like slot right in and compete with the consoles.
It sure will, man. Oh my God, that catalog. I could just man, if I did not have a PC, man, I would just be drooling at the catalog of games I'd be able to play on that Steam
Mm-hmm,
machine. It's,
mm-hmm,
it's
mm-hmm.
just such a ridiculous amount. All the indie games and stuff on PC and oh my God.
All right, tell me
Oh
one.
my
Tell me something. Tell me something. Tell me
Tormented
something.
Souls 2.
That's not no. That's what. No, 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 no.
What? Tormented Souls 2, that's the indie developer. Okay. You want me to keep going? Don't tell me to name some and then tell me no.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna say. Okay. That is
I know
exclusives to Steam.
Yeah, what's your point?
yeah, I
Steam
don't know what you're
doesn't
getting
do
at.
Steam doesn't do exclusives. Steam is open source. They're like, hey, if you want to put our thing on, if you want to put your game on our system, here you go. Like, it's not exclusives to Steam. The whole point of Steam is that it's open source. You know this. It's open source. They don't care what you get it from. They're just saying, here you go. Play whatever you want. Like,
I'm
that's the
saying.
whole
I'm
point. So,
saying indies that just stay on the Steam store.
I don't know. I can't think of that off the top of my head and answer that right now.
there aren't. They don't not necessarily all of them stay on the Steam store, but some of them don't go on consoles, and some people don't have consoles or don't have PCs that are strong enough to
What's your
run some
angle,
games that
Saab?
they
Why are
want
you
to play.
asking me that?
Yeah,
Because I am not impressed with Steam
the Steam machine or Steam in general.
in general.
I remember we were talking about Steam just later, literally, I think last week about how we were saying like, oh, Steam has been complacent. It seems like, and because of that monopoly that they had of like 70% or whatever, and all of a sudden they're like, hey, surprise.
We're
We
back.
haven't been we haven't been complacent. We've just been silently building this insane hardware that nobody saw coming. Surprise. So, apparently they haven't been lazy. They've just been silently just hiding the fact that they've been building all this crap and revealed it all at once whenever they felt like it.
No, I don't like it because there are people here who think Steam will whoop Sony when that, in fact, is not true. What did I say before, comrade? When somebody's been in more fights and has more experience than another, doesn't matter, person, company, or thing, they have the experience, they have the knowledge, they have the strategy to fight. There's no way they can really hurt Sony as they are.
I don't think, like I said, I don't think anyone here said that Sony is going to get whooped. We just said that they released it in the good time while Xbox is going down and removing their plans basically to
That is
console war. Basically, while Xbox is leaving the console war, so the Steam released at a good time saying, hey, we'll slot right into that spot. So they're putting up a fight. I didn't say that they're going to knock out Sony like you're claiming. I just said that
Nah,
they're
that's not me. That's not me. That's half, and other people think Steam's gonna do
I
something.
didn't even say that. I'm gonna say it again. I think that Steam is going to put Sony on their heels. It's gonna make them. It's gonna make them more competitive, like you were saying.
I don't.
There's no way. There's no way Sony's gonna look at that and think they're gonna be able to just brush that off. I
No,
think that's not.
I told Comrade
Now I'm
that.
not saying it's. Now I'm not saying it's gonna kill Sony, but it's definitely gonna make Sony tighten up a bit and be like, oh shit, because now they're not
everyone
the
is
only.
100%.
Because right now it's only Sony and Nintendo. Because nobody gives a fuck about Xbox. They basically shot themselves in the foot for like the past, I don't know how many
20
years.
years, 20 almost 20, a
So
decade, 2 decades.
you know, now with Steam coming, it's gonna be like, and Steam is formidable. And for me, my thing is, man, that catalog, the catalog of games, bro, and all that, like, it's
Bro,
that catalog is insane.
My
bro.
my biggest thing I'm seeing is like, how is Sony gonna change their plan now? Because over the last couple of years, like they've been putting their PlayStation exclusives on Steam, and now Steam is like, hey, here's a Steam machine. Sony is letting me like, what the fuck? Like,
that makes no business sense. If you ran a company and another company, you're like, okay, we'll put it on PC, and then they come into the living room. Still, they're a competitor. Even on the PC, they're a gaming company that is still a competitor that takes time. Now, when they
yes.
start moving closer to the location where their business is, that changes things. Most people
Yeah,
are stupid. They think, "Oh no, that doesn't matter." But in reality, that's how it works. You move
yeah,
into
that's
somebody's
exactly what I'm saying.
territory. Even Nintendo's territory. They still are in the living room because you can put it right down on the dock and play it as a living room console. So you're moving. Steam is trying to move into territories. I think they're testing the waters because compared to a decade ago, they failed, but they were in their infancy, and that's fine. Nowadays, it's different. We look at Steam different, and I don't think once they put this in the living room, in my eyes, I'm like, yeah, nah, Sony's not. Sony doesn't find this cool, and I don't think they're gonna. They might still put their multiplayer games, but single player games. Why would they want to put their next Spider-Man and then you can just buy it for cheaper or wait until you can get it on the Valve thing? Like, does that make any business sense? No, it doesn't. Like, come
I'm
on.
kind of curious now to see if Sony is going to try to pull their games off of Steam now too, because they could.
Maybe they have a contract to like 10 years or 5. Like whatever they signed up for.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
can't stay there forever. There
They're definitely probably not going to be putting any more onto Steam. Is the big thing. It's probably not going to be more.
And half what he says is there's a lot of games, but people barely play those. Like, there's no way I can find many users playing those thousands and thousands of games and slop and stuff. There's no way. There's no way.
It's not the point. It's the fact that they're there. Like, you have the option to do it. Like, which is, you have a larger library of games than you do on Nintendo or Sony.
Like 3 or 4 or 5 times larger, and then you can get really good games for like $5 freaking. The deals and the sales, bro. Oh my god.
Plus, the other option is, once again, is there's a lot of games that just are not optimized at all for controller. Like, they never thought, like, they basically say, hey, we're on PC and we will never release on console. You can still play those on the Steam machine, and effectively with the controller. The Steam controller is literally designed to be either a mouse or a controller. Like, you could do both on there, and there's like, it works for both. Like, I've used the Steam controller. It's great. I've seen that, and it works great.
There's not many people. You're not gonna see, a bunch of people playing the same indie game, because indie games are, they're kind of niche. They're like more personalized for people and stuff. but like there are a lot of those little games, bro. I mean, how many people have you talked to with like Steam? Like, because I don't know, I talk to people and people have all sorts of like little fighting games and stuff that I'd never even heard of, like that came out on Steam. It's mind blowing to me, man. It really is. But
It
again, I just got into it a couple years ago, so what do I know?
it doesn't motivate. I look at it as a business and a gamer. Like I like Steam. That's cool and all, but when gamers say, "Man, this is a huge catalog," your ass don't realistically play all that shit. I don't want to hear it. Not you have, just in general the gaming community. They talk about this, but they're not really about it. They buy it, but they don't open it. There's statistics I gotta find, and it shows. There was a director, a gaming director on podcast talking about it. How he likes Steam because people buy games, but they don't play them. They're like liquid money. They just collect it, and they just like they like releasing their games there. They have a lot of talks. That's one other reason. It's all reality
Yep.
that they're privy to that information. He wouldn't say it out loud in a podcast for no reason, you know. It's
Well,
true.
well,
I think
well,
Steam users have this addiction, thinking they have the best thing with the most stuff, and then they buy it at the sale and then don't play it.
well,
And
this is excellent. Now those same Steam users can go into their living room and buy more games that they're never going to play from the comfort of their couch instead of on their gaming PC. Perfect.
but
I think the
Yeah.
Steam machine is great, right? Half.
Yeah.
and the thing is, gamers like to talk Steam is big, and this is not gonna be a cheap console. It's gonna be priced at a PC. By the way, they said it. It's like a one of those. I don't know. Maybe close to 1,000 in between that, but they have already stated it's not gonna be a console price. So people need to stop getting comfortable. Like this thing is gonna be cheap. It's another thing. This thing's not gonna be cheap. They said it already to many play.
Yeah,
If they can
it's
make it
not a
at least
console, it's a computer.
And
It's
if
a
they can make
computer.
800, I'd be happy.
I would not buy it at 800 because
I,
it needs
I wouldn't buy
games.
it, but I would buy it at 600.
See, when you really, I told Comrade this, and he doesn't. I don't think he still understands that. When you release an expensive device, you need to have something that hooks you. They don't have games. Obviously, they're gonna bring out games. I already told Comrade this. Like, I think they're gonna bring games out now because you can't be selling a device that's expensive without. What's the big
Yes, you
hook?
can.
No, you can't.
This device is for people who don't own a PC but still want to play Steam and enjoy the games on there.
I
the
think
The
legit. Like
games.
I normally I'd agree, but the Steam machine is designed in a way that literally has Steam OS on it. It's designed so that even if they don't have any games, you have all the Steam catalog on release. So literally, it's like, hey, yeah, we don't have any first our games. We don't have any Valve games on this, but we have our Valve games that we previously made and millions more games that you could access immediately. That's something that no other console can offer you.
Right.
Really.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like you're literally gonna have like hundreds or maybe even I don't know, thousands, hundreds of thousands of games at your disposal as soon as you turn that bitch on and get it running.
Like
Like
what?
And additionally, it means that you can also use your whatever games you have on your PlayStation console, whatever games you have on your Xbox console, you can just port those over onto the Steam OS, the Steam machine because it's open source. You can just put Windows onto it. So it's not just like that's the whole market for it. It's saying it's like, hey, all your games on every console, on every PC that you have in one span, like in one machine, in one space, in one spot on one machine. That's what the whole sell is for it, and that's going to draw a lot of people. I think it'll be a good sell.
If it's so much of a draw, why did the Steam Deck kick Nintendo Switch 2's ass? I don't think they have the market for it. I think PC players are too, what is it called? Snooty. A lot of them, I think, are snooty, and they think, oh, we're not gonna lower ourselves to being a handheld. We're not going to lower ourselves to be a game console. We are supposed to be pre-built desktop or gaming laptop possibly. I think they're snooty. And I use those numbers. If you can't beat a Switch, I don't think this thing will be as big as people make it out to be. That's my personal view. I don't think just because you have the whole world to you doesn't mean it's gonna do that well. I think it's a great time they come in. I will buy one if it's great. But I realistically view this. If it was that great, Steam, trust me, people will buy the Steam Deck, kick Nintendo's ass, and they would statistically. Remember we talked about the statistics. PlayStation is near Steam's numbers of unique games, how many games bought, and how many games are played. That's where I can't agree with gaming community, or people can't convince me saying this thing is going to kick ass. Bro, you're not there for the Steam Deck. Where are you? You're not going to buy this box. I think they're very snooty. That's my opinion. That's my psychological opinion and look throughout the years. I don't think this thing will get proper support. I don't know.
Fair, bro.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair assessment. Yeah, like I said, I think it'll do well. I think it'll do good. But like you said, I don't think I agree with you. Probably not going to get like an international acclaim, but it'll do well. And like I said, I don't want to get in this with you, but I've already told you, like, the whole thing about the Steam Deck, it's completely different console than the Nintendo. All right, don't compare the Steam Deck to Nintendo. They're different markets.
They're competitors. If you were running the company, trust me, you wouldn't be saying that. You'd be like, yeah, we need more users, we need more money, because people need to get paid. You need money for research and development. You need to be the best in the market. This is not about me being. I'm looking at it realistically. This thing is. Who is it for? Like, people talk like, man, you can get all these great games, but I'm like, what great games do they have? Peak, BattleBit Remastered, Repo. These are the type of games, the streamer games of the month that people play the most. Old games like Counter-Strike, like. I'm trying to see it, you know. I like PlayStation. I'm not sucking their dick. I just say they put their money where their mouth is. They fucking make the games. They make these cinematics. They try their best for exclusives. They over-engineer shit. That's why I've been in the gaming space. Steam gets this rep that it doesn't fully deserve. And like I said, Windows PC is my third most in my lifetime play. So I ain't talking out my ass. Like, I've been around the block, and I don't think this thing. Steam needs to make games. Get to working. Stop being lazy. I don't care what they got. They have to compete. Everybody competes for time. Everybody competes for the space. Valve is not stupid. They released this on purpose because Xbox is bleeding. You really think they didn't do this strategically? They ain't stupid. They there to earn the money. That's why I say these things. I'm not an asshole, you know. I'm not mad. I'm just saying, you know. This is a competitor's world, you know. They want to earn money. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
We'll see.
I'll put half to bed with all my complaining and shit.
I'm still awake.
But you say you were putting me to bed with all your complaining and your ranting there, to be honest.
Nah, I'm just being real, yo. Most people I just get tired of it.
Me too.
Anyways, what?
All right, yeah. I was about to ask you a question, but
what is your question? What is your damn question?
I was just gonna say you're telling me you can't look in Steam and find at least 10 games, 5 games that are interesting to you?
I can.
There's so many.
I can, but I try to game as much as I can, but what I don't like is that they're digital only. So that's already a factor that holds me back. Comrade, like, you know, I've been talking, like, I don't want to buy Clair Obscured or Kingdom Come Deliverance that I'm looking at on digital, but fuck, I have to, because they don't got shit. Clair Obscure disc is bullshit build. So it's like, what the fuck? I'm not going to waste my money, so I might as well buy a digital, but it's just like, I'm trying to push back against that as much as I can. I'm one of those old guys in a evolving world. And Steam was one of the people who pushed that. From what I remember, Half-Life 2, if you put in the disc, you need Steam, that was back then, in order to activate the product. So they did this bullshit back then, so people forget. They play fucking history, revisionist history, and forget that Steam did that shit too. So that's why I'm here understanding history and I'm angry about it. I'm like, why do you give them a pass? Why? You here buy your games and you can't play those games offline. You have to go click and say make game offline or whatever. It's like, why do I have to ask your permission? I repeat, why do I have to ask your permission to play my games offline? That's Steam. Like, I'm not, it gets me angry, yeah, because people give it a pass. That's why I'm so passionate about it. I'm, you know,
Everything's gonna be digital in the future.
it
Just telling
is.
you right.
I buy games
Get with the
digitally.
times, old man.
I
Yeah,
buy
so you
games
might as well
digitally.
get with the times. You can hold out on your physical, but just know, like probably three. I'll give it 3-5 years. Everything's gonna be exclusively digital. So
I'm still gonna hold
worry.
it.
Don't worry, Snob. You soon. I know how you like displaying all your games and your DVDs. Soon they'll just come up with a little LCD screen that you can just mount on your wall and just just post your Steam library on that wall. And they're like, look at all the games that I own. And it's just your Steam library, and it says error, cannot access internet connection.
Soon, yeah. And what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna make a book of it, make all the digital, and then put them on the pages so I don't have to scroll through it on the computer. Like, here's
So I'm
my
just gonna
digital
print
games.
So I'm just gonna have a binder of all of printouts of these are all the games that I own. There's a binder.
But yeah. Anyways, any other topics you guys want to talk about?
That's it.
nah.
I think that we covered everything that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I could have been continuing. Anyways, yeah. So thank you for listening to my rant. If you like it, like it. If you want to leave a comment, subscribe, please. If you want. Yeah. You guys got any closing remarks?
Thanks for watching. Corporate Beard is signing out.
Adia, that's all, folks.